This video is about Symphony No. 11, the year 1905, by Dmitri Shostakovich. I will explain the most important things about the work and the composer. Dmitri Shostakovich was a Russian composer who lived from 1906 to 1975. He wrote his Symphony No. 11 in 1957. The full title is The Year 1905, and the symphony commemorates the Russian revolutions of 1905. It musically describes the events of the so-called Bloody Sunday, when demonstrators were shot by the army. The symphony was premiered in Moscow in 1957 and received much acclaim. Symphony No. 11 consists of 4 movements that trace the events of 1905. The first movement, the Palace Square, is calm and somber, depicting the waiting demonstrators. The second movement, January 9th, describes the Bloody Sunday massacre with dramatic music. The third movement, In Memoriam, is a funeral march for the victims. The fourth movement, the Alarm Signal, expresses the hope for a better future. The first movement, the Palace Square, sets a dark and threatening mood. The music is calm, but agitated melodies suggest the impending danger. Shostakovich uses folk songs to represent the demonstrators. The slow and steady rhythms symbolize the waiting crowd. The movement ends with a quiet and ominous sound. The second movement, January 9th, begins with a fast and dramatic tempo. The music describes the brutal actions of the army against the demonstrators. Shostakovich uses powerful winds and percussion to depict gunshots and chaos. The music becomes more intense until it finally ends in a loud climax. After that, a sad melody is heard, expressing the suffering of the victims. The third movement, In Memoriam, is a funeral march for the victims of Bloody Sunday. The music is slow and melancholy, with dark harmonies. The strings play a sad melody, accompanied by low brass instruments. The movement commemorates the many people who died in the massacre. Despite the dark mood, there are also moments of hope. The fourth movement, the Alarm Signal, begins with a fast drum roll. The music expresses the hope for a better future. Shostakovich again uses folk songs to show the revolutionary mood. The music becomes faster and more powerful until it ends in a triumphant climax. The movement symbolizes the courage and determination of the people. Symphony No. 11 has a strong political message. It recalls the brutal events of Bloody Sunday and criticizes the oppression of the people. Shostakovich wanted to show how important freedom and justice are. The symphony has also been interpreted as a criticism of the Soviet government. It shows Shostakovich's courage to address political issues in his music. The premiere of Symphony No. 11 took place in Moscow in 1957 and was enthusiastically received by the audience. Critics praised the originality and depth of the work. Shostakovich received the Lenin Prize for the symphony, one of the highest honors in the Soviet Union. Today, the symphony is considered one of Shostakovich's most important works and is often played in concerts. Dmitri Shostakovich left behind a rich musical legacy, which includes Symphony No. 11. His experiments with different musical styles inspired many composers of the 20th century. He showed that classical music can be innovative and political. Symphony No. 11 remains an important part of his work and shows how Shostakovich influenced the music of his time.